Hey guys, and welcome to episode 38 of my From the Island series. In the previous episode, we made it towards the 47mm mark and picked up some new items to flip. So we worked pretty much through the Ranger's gloves, boots, gilded square, and the team capes last episode. As you can see by my chat, we've had quite a lot of sells, which is why my GE slots are so empty. Now, we also picked up the Darkness robe boots and robe bottoms in a big bulk buy. The bottoms have all sold and we made quite a good profit off that. I think it was just over $1 million we made on that. And the boots, we sold the majority at quite a high price, and we've just brought it down a little bit as well, just to try and get rid of the rest of them. Looking at my GE history, we did do a Ranger's tunic flip as well, which was okay, it wasn't the best. And yeah, so we're just going to fill out these slots for the next set of flips. We'll talk through what we're going to do and why we're going to do it, and hopefully by the end of this episode we've finally made it to the big 50mm mark. Hopefully this is the last episode we are doing, and at the end I'll sort of do a run through of what's happened throughout this series, what we've managed to do and what we've managed to make, and then I might do a little episode after this as well, just to run through what our best items were and what I would do again if I was to do this series again. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm going to start putting some offers in for some team capes because I was surprised by how well they worked last episode. We're going to go for the I and the X. The Boots of Darkness, we still got 25 to sell, and that's a fair bit of money in that flip. We can still get it a little bit higher than the 39k price, so we're going to put them in for 43k and hopefully get a mil from them. And then I'm just going to fill the rest of the slots and I'll let you know what we're doing. So we're going to go in with a Fremy kilt buy. We've gone for 20 gilded squares. We are trying to get rid of the 4 rainbows at 250k each for $1 million. We're going to sell these Ranger's tights, which have had a little bit of a wobble, which is why we had them in the info for a little bit, but we're going to try and sell them high and see what we can do. And for the final 3 mil cash, we're just going to go for the trusty armor boots. They did work very well last episode, I would say. So we're just going to go for as much of them as we can afford, and then hopefully make that the last flip. Somewhere in between these couple of days, those elven boots we've had in the info for the past couple of episodes, we managed to get rid of them. I think we made some money off them. If not, it was just only like another 100k or something like that. But yeah, we couldn't quite afford the armor boots, but Zami did take a bit of a hit and had a very good margin, so we'll go for them instead. We'll be able to buy the full GE slot for them as well. So yeah, that's going to be our plan for the next set of flips. We'll see how well we buy and see how long those gilded square shields take to buy. And I'll speak to you in the next update to tell you what's working and what isn't. So logging in, we've had a few buys and a few sells. So we've actually managed to get rid of the rainbows, so that's an extra 1 mil cash to us in the info, and we've got nothing sort of sat in the info left to sell before the end. We've managed to buy all the Fremy kilts along with one of the team capes filling in the slots. I think that was team cape X, and we also managed to sell them as well. So the Fremy kilts, although we've managed to pick them up for the past 2 episodes, they are a bit hit or miss, and as you can see from here, we've put the price in which we wanted to sell them for, and they've gone straight away. So that was quite a quick flip, and it actually worked really well. So that's chucked us a fair bit of profit. We've made the best part of 400k there, and it was just instant. So we're just going to go in again and hopefully buy for the same price and have the same sort of result. The Zami hide boots did all buy, and one of the sort of low-key better items we've had over this series, God D-hide boots, mainly the armor and Zami ones, have worked so well the past couple of episodes, and there will definitely be something if I was going to continue flipping, I'd pick up on them. The rainbows, like I said in the last episode, we wanted to go for a big hit. We put an offer in for 70, it didn't work, we couldn't buy them quick enough. And here I am, always the fool, we're going to try and do them one more time. One more time to get us across the line for that 50mm mark. What could go wrong? So we're going to go and see what margin they have. If it's anything decent, then we'll definitely try and give it a go as well. But just like I said, I keep flipping and I miss clips here and there, but this is pretty much what I've been doing. A lot of gilded shields, a lot of team capes, and a lot of other sort of bits and pieces we keep rotating. I've completely shifted from where we were flipping sort of 5 episodes ago and what items we're doing. And these have all been new items, but I've just been rotating between all of them just to see what works and what doesn't work. And if there's ever been something from the earlier flips like the katanas or maybe a God Robe leg which works really well, I'll still do them every now and then if I've only got like a little bit of cash to flip with. But I've tried to move it up to flipping like 1 mil items as opposed to like everything was sub 200k. If I've only got that much and I've still got a G slot, that's what I'll do. But it's been nice to start flipping something different, and I think in the past couple of episodes we've definitely sort of made a lot more money a lot quicker than what we have before, because we are trying these different items. But I'm just going to think of something to do for these last 2 slots, and I'll come back and update you. So I never quite realised that holy wraps were a clue item, but here we go. We're going to put an offer in for 3 of them. I've also put in a buy offer for some Rangers gloves as well, because we had the money to do it and I thought they would work. But yeah, the Ranger gloves are buying really quick, and we've already picked up 1 set of holy wraps. The holy wraps had quite a good margin, so we'll just see how they go. If they're any good, we'll keep them going, and if not, I'm sure something else will pop up to be just as good, if not better, afterwards. But Team K Pies, we're going to put a offer in for them, and hopefully we'll pick them up as well. But these are the items we're going for the time being, and we'll speak to you next update. So that is a very big GE offer of buys and sells, so which is good. Will keep us busy for a little bit. So as you can see, we've had a lot to move and a lot to sell. We've had the Throwme kilts, which have sold again. So that's twice they've worked really, really well and made sort of a mil off each set we flipped them. We've managed to pick up 20 gilded squares, which should be a massive flip if they work for the price we've been working on. And we've also managed to pick up some Zami boots. We've sold the Rangers tights, and we've also bought the Team Cape eyes as well. So stuff is moving, and stuff is moving quite quick. And hopefully with these bigger ticket items, we will be flying towards that 50 mil. Finish it off this episode. So we're just going to put the Zami D-Hide boots to sell. The Boots of Darkness are actually selling very slowly. We've slightly amended that price again, just brought them down a little bit more. And they do seem to be shifting. We've got such a big margin on them Boots of Darkness that we could just keep bringing them down till we find somewhere where they consistently sell, which is really good. The Holy Wraps actually went quite quick in terms of selling, and then 1 just stood in the GE for so long. So I took that out, bought some more, and then we'll just put a big offer in to sell as well. And hopefully they do pretty good. Just going to price check the Rangers tights just to see where they are sitting. We've got pretty much a rough ball guess of where they buy and sell. And as you can see with that, that's a 50k margin on Rangers tights, and we can probably push past the 390k sell price and probably get a bit more. So that would be a decent flip as well, and I'll just have a quick look around on what's best to do for these last 2 slots. But in a minute in the GE, we've got 33 mil, we've got 17 mil in the Invo as well. So as it stands, we have completed the 50 mil challenge. We are there. What I would like to do before the end of the episode is actually have the cash in the Invo, everything sold, everything cleaned up to where we can turn around and say, that's it, we are done. But just gonna, while I'm waiting for things like the Boots of Darkness to sell, which might take a little bit longer than what we need to, I'm just gonna keep flipping other stuff, just so while I've got the cash sat there, might as well use it. So yeah, we've got a little bit longer till the gilded square shields all sell, so we may as well keep flipping till the end of that as well. But yeah, gonna let you know when we finish, and I'll come back to you. Right, so we're slowly getting there. All the Boots of Darkness have now sold. The item we ended up picking up was the Rangers gloves, so we're going to go and put an offer in to sell those. We bought some more Throwme kilts, which we'll chuck them in. They still had the same sort of margin we were dealing with before, so hopefully they can go just as quick. We sold all the hand wraps, and we bought some more Rangers tights, and we sold a couple of gilded squares as well. So I think what we'll be doing for this series is waiting for the rest of the gilded squares to sell. And as soon as sort of everything else is done, we'll have one big cash in the Invo and prove we've done it. But I think the last 2 episodes we've really put some progress down. We've stopped messing around with items which really weren't worth our time. And these higher ticket clue scroll items, although they can be a bit funny with low volume and they can change price quite considerably, they have offered very decent profits as well. So the past 2 episodes we've really done some work, and we've really added to the total GP. And if I was sort of going to continue, I'd go straight in with these items as well. As you can see by our GE total price, we're just under 50 mil just in the GE, and we've got a couple mil in the Invo as well, so we're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. So I'm just going to put all these stuff into to sell still. I'm going to put one more last buy in for Holy Wraps, just while I wait for these gilded shields, and I'll come back when everything's all done. So all being well, this should be the end. I'm going to take out that buy offer for the Rangers tights, withdraw all the cash from the Invo, and that is it. We're done. We have hit 52.2 mil. So we've gone 2.2 mil over, but that don't matter. we've hit the 50 mil goal of this series. Now, it's taken a little bit longer than I'd want it to say the least, but there has been 2 massive breaks in this series, which is why it's taken as long as it has. What I'd like to do is go to Hands in Loomby just to show you sort of how long in terms of playtime we've done for this. But we've also invested about 25 mil in bonds. So even though it's just 52 mil there, which is sat, we've actually made total sort of 75-ish mil total, just because we wanted to self-fund the account during this whole process. And I think really that was the biggest challenge of this series, along with getting out to free to play. Buying the bond always put us back, and we were always sort of chasing to make enough money to afford the bond for the next set of membership, along with sort of losing that much buying power to buy bigger items. And towards the end, it showed when we started to flip the bigger items, we were making so much more profit and making so much more money per episode just due to that. So we're going to go to Hands, see how long we have in terms of account played, and pretty much wrap up the series. We've finished the first series of the account, so I'm really happy with that. Everything towards the end went to plan, went well. We found some really good items. We had some real bad items as well. So that's 1 day and 9 hours, which, you know, is not too bad. 33 hours played to make sort of 75-ish mil is not too bad at all, about 2.5 mil an hour. And considering we spent quite a few hours to start with in free to play as well, I think that's really good. So that's the end of this series. Let me know what you think of this series, and let me know what you want me to do with this account going forward. We've now got this account with basically 1 in all stats, free to do anything now. It's done its GE challenge. We've got 52 mil on the account, so we can spend that on something going forward. But yeah, thank you for all the support and all the comments and all the help and advice on this series. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We're going to come up with some new series for this account, especially there will be an RS3 series, which might have already started by now. And I want to do something on 07 because it's a fresh account. We've got a bit of money, which we've grinded so long for flipping. I want to make some use of it as well. But yeah, please subscribe if you've enjoyed this content, because there'll definitely be more coming up. And hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next episode of a new series.